Hey Taisha, let's check this one out. I'm just going to grab a quick picture so I can write on it. So here we're asked to use the product rule to simplify the following expression. We're going to assume that the variables represent non-negative real numbers. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at this. And the reason why we're asked to use the product rule is because if we look at this, the square root of 5 is an irrational number, right? And it's a decimal that goes forever. The square root of x is irrational. Square root of 81 is a perfect square, that's 9, but then we have this other x here. So what can we really do besides just taking the square root of 81? Well, what we can do is we can multiply this out, and we can also multiply the x's. Now 5 times 18, I have no idea what that is, but it doesn't really matter. I'm going to write things like this. Just bear with me for a minute here. I'm going to write this whole thing. Come on, pen. I'm going to write this whole thing like this. I'm going to say 81 times x squared times 5. Okay, now see what I did? This is the product rule. I can multiply things that are under square root symbols and still keep it under there. And I'm going to put my perfect squares first. So 81 is a perfect square, and x squared, or any variable squared, is also a perfect squared. Now we could have multiplied 5 times 81. It'll give us a big number, but then I would have to go through and factor out anyway the biggest perfect square, and I know it's 81, so it just saves me a step here. Then I'm going to evaluate my perfect squares. The square root of 81 is 9. The square root of x squared is x. And you can get fussy and write the absolute value of x if you want, but you don't have to. Just watch. Sometimes my math lab will mark that wrong. If that does happen, let me know. You don't really have to put the absolute value there. And then times the square root of 5. And again, the square root of 5 is a decimal that goes forever, so we're not going to go down that road. We're not going to round or anything like this. So that's going to be our final answer right there. Okay, so I hope that helps. If it doesn't, let me know. We can chat some more. Thanks.